This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory where heroes are made.
Absolutely first class.
29 tournaments spanning 17 countries on 3 continents. It's a 10-month campaign to determine the very brightest prospects in golf.
And he is right into this. Brilliant! That could just have sealed his promotion. What a way to do it.
Along the way, a chance for the class of 2022 to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
Welcome to my messy home this week here.
Finish the season in the top 20 on the Road to Majorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. That's the dream, shared by all who compete on the Challenge Tour. 3 months have passed since the 2022 curtain raiser, the dramatic Dimension Data Pro-Am just outside George in South Africa. A relentless run ensued, with competition in Cape Town, Durban, Bloemfontein and Limpopo. 6 events in 8 weeks, and then hiatus. Six full weeks without competition. But now, the Challenge Tour is back. The South Africans swing firmly in their rear-view mirrors. The class of 2022 now come to Cadiz, backdrop to tournament 7 of 29 on the road to Majorca, the Challenge de España. Venue for the week is the Iberostar Real Club de Golf Novo Sancti Petri, as warm and welcoming as it gets.
I really like this course. It's off the tee. You really have to commit to your shots. Yeah, into the green, you have to keep it low, head draws, fade. It's usually really windy. Greens are spinny, so you have to take spin off the wedges. I really like that, and yeah, it gives you a variety of shots.
I prefer to play, obviously, but we cannot decide that. I got lucky and I got into 2 DP World Tour events, so I was training for 2 weeks, then playing 2 weeks more, and then training 2 more. So, for me, it hasn't been a very big deal.
I definitely plan my weeks, because after the win, I can now make a proper schedule, and I will play 3 weeks, have a week off, play 4 weeks, have a week off. Do it like that, because I can't play 20 weeks in a row. It's almost impossible. Just really mentally strong players can do that. I need a week off in between, so with a win I can allow myself to have a nice schedule now.
Well, victory this week would garner 40,000 ranking points for the champion. Plenty on the line then, as competition resumed on the road to Majorca at 8 AM local time. All watched by Dom Hollier.
Victor Pastor has the honour here at Iberostar. A nice smooth swing from the Spaniard, and we are off and running. Out to Finland's Alex Haitala. This for a 3rd straight birdie at the 12th. Nicely done, so he moves it to 4 under. The prodigiously long-hitting Wilco Nienaber from South Africa. This at the 8th. He's already a couple under. Eagled the 2nd, the par 5. No surprise with his length. And that's a nice touch on the greens as well. So Nienaber to 3 under. Jeremy Freiberghaus. This at the 7th. Over the water at the par 3. Excellent. You have a pretty good look at birdie there. Nienaber, a light rough, looks to be lying okay at the 14th. He's got a coach on the bag this week. Oh, so close to an eagle too. And I think it's fair to say the coach would, probably have approved of that one, Wilco. Well, we saw the tee shot from Freiburg House at the 7th, the par 3. This for the birdie. No problem at all. Got exactly what the tee shot deserved. And he moves it to 5 under. This is Nienaber to get to 6 under par at the 14th. And that's excellent golf in these breezy conditions.
Well, pars all the way home from there left Nienaber top of the tree come close of play. A single stroke ahead of Freiburg House, the Swiss himself too clear of the chasing pack. So a South African off to a flyer in Spain, maintaining a trend which has seen the Rainbow Nation dominate the early season rankings, a fact that's been noted.
I think just the home advantage. I think we're down there for, what was it, 6, 7 events I think this year, so that's a good chunk to start the season. So they're very familiar with probably all the golf courses and just the different conditions and the grasses down there. I think the grasses is probably the most important one, sort of on and around the greens. Some places are grainy, some places have thicker kikuyu grasses and stuff like that. And yeah, most of the Europeans, certainly us from the UK, aren't overly used to that.
You know, in South Africa there is a variety of different sort of conditions. I think like maybe a place like Bloemfontein is not too different to what you play in Europe, but certainly you go up to Limpopo and it's very different. It's dry, it's dusty, you're out in the bush, you know, it's a different type of golf course or style of golf course. That platform of 6 weeks down in South Africa has given those Sunshine Tour guys the opportunity to play and get on the rankings in the first place, because there's only a handful of us that actually have a category out here.
Now, though, it's the Spanish enjoying home advantage.
We all play different courses and you might feel more comfortable or less comfortable in some courses, but you always, I don't know, you always feel pretty calm when you're home and having people you know around and you see a bunch of, like, there's more Spanish players than usually around, so there's a bunch of friends around and it's just awesome. It's a really good feeling. And we just love to play home.
I think that we're really striving to be a complete player. I think you see, obviously, on the DP World, they're very, very similar. They travel basically to a different country every week, so you've got to get used to all these different grasses. And I think having been a professional golf stat, wherever you're going to play, you've got to get used to things very quickly. You've got to adapt pretty much every week there'll be something that doesn't quite go right, and it's just a case of just try and be a complete golfer.
It is a constantly evolving thing that you've just got to constantly always be on top of and working, and that's why it's just a never-ending process of just trying to figure things out as you go. And I do think a little bit of experience and having done it before can allow you to get there a little bit quicker maybe. Like I said, that's, I think, the great thing about playing here on the Challenge Tour or DP World Tour. It's different every week, and as a golfer that is just fine-tuning all aspects of your game.
The voice of experience and wise words, which would prove somewhat prophetic Friday morning as blustery conditions greeted the field. So, time to adapt, and we pick up the action with Bryce Easton's fellow countryman and tournament leader Nienaber out at the 13th.
Nienaber started at the 10th, birdied 11. This at the 13th, third shot. Nice touch, proving he's not just all about the power, and that should guarantee a birdie there for Nienaber. Michael Lindberg from Sweden, he's 29 years of age. A couple of decent performances earlier this season down in South Africa, and oh, lovely touch. You can see it's quite breezy out there, and he makes birdie at the first. So he moves it to 4 under par. Here's another experienced Swede, Jens Dantorp. He's won a couple of times on the Challenge Tour. This at the 13th. Yeah, excellent. 5 years since he last won on the Challenge Tour. To Victor Pastor, the man who got things underway this week, the Spaniard. That's a birdie at the 5th. So he moves it to 2 under par. Plays over in Malaga, so he'll know the conditions here in Cadiz, just around the coastline. Here's Lindberg at the 18th. He's coming off 3 straight bogeys and very nearly doing what he did at the start of the round. Nearly chipping in again. Bernd Ritthammer. He's 35 now, he's been around for a long time, the German. Yep, that's nicely done. 3-time Challenge Tour winner. All of those wins in 2016. Lindberg taps in for his par at 18. And that's really good work in these tricky conditions, so he sets the clubhouse lead at 2 under.
And that would remain the score to beat through 36 holes. Pedro Oriol came closest to matching the Swede, the Spaniard trailing him by a single stroke, ahead of what promised to be an enthralling weekend.
The conditions today has been brutal. I mean, the wind has been so strong already from the morning, so it's been a real tough day. I mean, I think there's just a couple of guys on the par, so it's been a real tough day for everybody.
Coming up, the Challenge Tour's only Polish player.
Around age 13, 14, I had to decide which sport do I choose, and yeah, I went with golf.
And who'll be crowned the 2022 Challenge de España champion? We'll find out after the break. Welcome back to the Challenge Tour and to Cadiz, a former walled stronghold regarded as the oldest inhabited city in Western Europe. And for this week at least, home to some of the brightest prospects in professional golf. The tournament in question is the Challenge de España, Event 7 on the road to Majorca.
The relation with the Challenge Tour is fantastic, and it's very important for us. That's why we host 2 events during the year, and then the road to Majorca, which is the final in November. We organize these events in order that the Spanish amateurs who turn pro, the youngsters, we help them out, giving them the spots to play in this event, which is very, very challenging, the Challenge Tour, that help to their amateurs turning pros.
Well, Spanish golf may be enjoying some time in the sun, but leading the way at the halfway stage here, Sweden's Michael Lindberg, 1 shot clear of a chasing pack who were ready to punish any slips. Following their progress once again, Dom Hollier.
Against Dantorp, 3 back heading into the weekend. This is second at the opening par 4. Yeah, good stuff. And he's looking to find some form, is Dantorp, after a rough ride over the last few seasons.
Just feels like a gentle breeze.
Nice to see him smiling out there. Victor Pastor, the Spaniard. Yep, nice roll there. 2 under today and 2 under for the tournament. Well done, the man from Malaga. And this is Ireland's Conor Purcell, who plays his golf out of wonderful Port Marnock Golf Club. How's your touch? Well, pretty good actually. That is a beautiful birdie at number 5 for the Irishman, and that takes him under par. Pastor at the 18th, the closing par 3. Does he like it? No, yes he will. Right at it, wasn't it? Good chance to close out with a birdie. Overnight leader Lindberg for birdie at the 17th. This is for 4 in the last 5 holes. A little bit of a mixed bag out there today. A double and a couple more drop shots, but plenty of birdies as well. So he moves to 4 under. Doesn't look over enamoured about it. Pastor for the closing birdie. Round of 67. Yeah, well done. And to take the lead into Sunday, looking to win for the first time on the Challenge Tour.
So, taking advantage of familiar territory, it's a Spaniard that tops the pile on Saturday evening, a single stroke clear of Sweden's Dantorp and Ireland's Purcell, with Germany's Bernd Ritthammer a further shot back. As illustrated by the 54-hole standings, the Challenge Tour boasts a multinational membership. The class of 2022 come from far and wide. In all, 27 nations represented in our ranks this week. A sure sign of golf's global appeal.
My name is Mateusz Gradecki. I'm from Poland, more precisely Oborniki Śląskie, small town by Wrocław, which is one of the main cities in Poland.
Majorca Gradecki is a rare breed here, though, the one and only Pole on tour, a nation for whom golf isn't necessarily a first-choice sport.
It started through my parents. I always played football before golf, and around age 13, 14, I had to decide which sport do I choose, and I went with golf, so quite happy I did. Let's see. It brings up back memories. In Poland there's around 20 some courses. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but it's not the big sport. It's growing, definitely. There's more media coverage of main tour events, but also highlights from Challenge Tour, so people get to see us play and kind of get introduced to the game. Yeah, this used to be my diet. Just all of that. Yeah, that could probably be my just daily dosage of sweets. There's more and more golfers in Poland playing, and some juniors with more success, so we're getting there, slowly but surely. The biggest success was Adrian Meron graduating 2-3 seasons ago from Challenge Tour, winning in Portugal, and then me following with the win a few weeks ago in Limpopo.
A faultless 66 on Sunday earns Majorca Gradecki his first Challenge Tour title.
It felt amazing coming from 5 shots behind before starting the final round, so yeah, very happy. I need more of them for the round. I feel like a kid at Christmas. At this point it's getting the top 20, but finishing with the top spot on the ranking.
And we'll be watching his progress with some interest. As for the Challenge de España, the title was very much up for grabs come Sunday morning, with a number of potential champions limbering up for the finale. Victor Pastor was leading the way, remember, as we crossed to the opening hole and joined Dom Hollier again.
Dantorp trying to apply some early pressure. This for birdie at the first. What a beauty at the opening hole for the Swede. So he draws first blood, and he has a share of the lead with Victor Pastor. Pastor for birdie at the second. Nice response to Dantorp's birdie at the opening hole. So he nudges ahead once again. Not many signs of nerves there for the Spaniard. Michael Lindberg, he's a couple under par. He's got the putter out here from the fringe at the 7th. Yeah, nicely done, 3 under through 7. So he moves to 6 under, and he's definitely not out of it yet. A couple of Swedes in the mix in Spain. Dantorp is having a good day. 4 birdies, no bogeys on the card today. Make that 5 birdies, no bogeys. And he moves to 9 under. So he's creating a little bit of daylight at the top now. All sorts of problems for Dantorp down this 14th hole. His 3rd shot now into the par 4. Not sure if he's actually got much of a shot. What on earth can he conjure? Oh, well, what? No, stop. Oh, that is outrageous from Dantorp. Well, is it going to be his day after all? You've got to think when things like that happen that it's written in the stars. Pastor for a closing par. Yeah, well done. Excellent stuff, and a nice reception from the locals for their man and his best ever finish on the Challenge Tour. That secures him second place. Well, he's got a few for it, Jens Dantorp. He's 3 clear. This for a closing par. Brilliant. What a weekend performance. He didn't drop a shot on Saturday or Sunday. He has won it by 3. It's his first Challenge Tour victory for almost 5 years, his 3rd in total. And quite rightly, a champagne shower for our Challenge de España winner.
The Spanish also with plenty to celebrate, 3 in all making the top 10, Pastor de la Riva and Cantero Gutierrez. England and France also well represented, but reigning in Spain was a red-hot Swede.
Well, I can't describe it really. It's been such a long time since I did this, so fantastic. It's been a struggle for a few years, so I'm very, very pleased to finally stand here with the win again.
And so concludes another thrilling week on the Challenge Tour, which had great impact on the road to Majorca rankings too. Jeremy Freiberghaus rockets up 59 places into that all-important 20th spot, and Michael Lindberg is another to profit from the spotlight in Spain, up 33 places and into the top 15 now. Some reshuffling in the top 10 to accommodate Jens Dantorp, whose Spanish success elevates him an amazing 83 places into 6th. He'll need to maintain that momentum to break into that top 5 though, still led by the soaring South African JC Ritchie. And so we bid farewell to Cadiz, though this won't be the final time we set foot on Spanish soil this season. Girona sits proudly on our summer schedule, and of course Majorca will host November's season-ending Grand Final. Next, a trip to the UK beckons, with the Farm Food Scottish Challenge supported by the R&A. So join us next week as the quest for promotion to the DP World Tour continues.